channel. Thanks for coming back another week for another one of my practical, easy to follow, easy to do tips for dealing with symptoms of anxiety, depression, any kind of mental health issues and the symptoms that come along with them. So last week we talked about how you get all this advice about the things that you should do to help yourself with your mental health issues. You're supposed to eat right, you're supposed to, exercise, go outside every day for some sunlight, spend time with friends, take medication, make your therapy appointments, things like that. But like we talked about last week, if you're like me, your mental health issues make it hard for you to do the things that you need to do to have good mental health. You guys know what I mean? So it's like a lot of those things are way easier said than done. One thing for me personally that makes doing the things that I need to do to help me with my mental health, or just to do anything, is I have a hard time making decisions. Do you guys have that problem when it comes to your mental health? I have a really difficult time making decisions, whether they be large or small. I mean, if I have something that I have to decide, I just get completely overwhelmed. I think and think and think and think. Every decision that I think I should make just feels like the wrong one. It feels like something disastrous is going to happen. I'm going to make the wrong decision. I'm going to lose out on something. Something bad's going to happen, and it's going to be all my fault. It's just a mess. And this happens to me for all kinds of decisions. Tiny decisions, like I can barely sometimes decide what to eat for lunch. I have, like, for real, I have missed meals because I have just gone around and around and around and around and around in my mind about what to eat, whether it's a healthy choice, whether I should be spending this much money, whether I have the energy to get up and go outside to go get food, or whether I have the energy to cook something, or should I do Grubhub or Postmates? Should I be spending that much money on Grubhub and Postmates? I mean, something as small as getting a meal, I have a hard time making a decision. We're not even going to talk about a major decision like choosing a job or buying a car or moving to a new apartment. Those can just like overwhelm me. So, okay, today I just want to give you a formula, a simple formula that you can use when you have to make any decision. Any decision you have to make, this will work for. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do is you have to narrow down your choices to 3. When you have to make a decision, you can get caught up in what's the word that I want to use? I can't think of the word. But anyway, you can get caught up in considering, that's what I want to say, considering every possibility. And that's where you can just go on and on and on and on. So the first thing you have to do is narrow your decision down to 3 options. And they can be 3 places to eat, 3 different items, or 3 different places you might want to purchase an item from. Anything you have to do, come up with 3 choices. Just 3. 1, 2, 3. Not 4, not 5, not 12, not 50. Just 3. 3 different options. So that's what you're going to do first. Come up with 3 options. The next thing that you're going to do after you come up with your 3 options is you're going to give yourself a deadline. So whether that's deciding what you're going to eat for lunch, deciding which job you're going to take, whatever decision you need to make, you're going to give yourself a deadline. So by 12 o'clock noon, you're going to decide from your 3 choices whether you're going to go to McDonald's, make yourself a salad, or order Postmates. You're going to decide one way or another out of those 3. If it's a bigger decision, you can give yourself a longer timeline. Maybe you're going to give yourself a month, a week, 2 weeks, however long is reasonable. You're going to give yourself a deadline. That's the cutoff point. So you only have between now, the end of your deadline, to make a decision from your 3 choices. Sound easy? That makes everything a lot more easy, a lot more manageable. A lot of times when you have mental health issues, you kind of have to give yourself boundaries. You have to give yourself a little bit more structure, because your mind, that's kind of like the nature of mental health issues. Your mind can just run away with you and, give you all these unrealistic scenarios. And believe me, I know it's really, really hard to manage. It's really hard to deal with. So this is just a simple tip that you can use, this formula, to help yourself make decisions. The other thing is you have to let go of perfection and just realize whatever decision that you make, it will be good enough. Nothing is perfect. Perfection in this life, in this world, does not exist. So be patient with yourself, but let go of perfection. If it's hard for you to let go of perfection, don't beat yourself up even about that, but gently tell yourself that you're not perfect, nothing's perfect, and your decisions don't have to be perfect. So let's review. First thing you're going to do is you're going to narrow down your options to 3 choices. 3 choices. You're going to give yourself 3 choices. You can write them down if you want. Narrow your choices down to 3. Number 2 is you're going to give yourself a deadline. So you're going to give yourself a deadline of when you're going to pick between the 3 choices that you've given yourself. And during that deadline, you can do whatever research you need to do about those 3 options. You can ask for advice. You can consult friends or family or professionals. But you're going to narrow it down to 3, and you're going to give yourself a deadline. And that's how you're going to help yourself make decisions. So hopefully this tip works for some of you. I hope it works for all of you. It's something that really helps me when I have to make decisions. So try it out. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you do, if this is something that you've already, discovered. If you've never tried it before, try it and then come back. I would love to hear if it worked out for you, or if you have any ideas of your own, any tools that you use that help you make decisions that, can help us all, because we're all always looking for ways to help ourselves, deal with our mental health symptoms on a day-to-day basis. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, share. Like I said in my last video, I'm not a mental health professional, but these are just things that I've learned, throughout my lifetime that have helped me manage, myself day to day. And even if you or someone that you love does not struggle with mental health issues, these are just practical, tips for just managing, your life on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, thank you for watching. Come back next week because I'll have another tip. I'm not sure what symptom I'm gonna cover yet, but it'll be something good, I promise. Yeah, so I'll see you next week. Okay,